and still, it's like I'm the last of the real. It's like I'm the last of the.
Hello, good sir. How are you?
I am good. I'm good.
Thank you so much for coming.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
I think people need to hear. People need to hear your story. As you can see clearly from your hat, it says LDNRBS.
Yeah, I tried not to hide it today. Put it that way. It's here.
Also with the mask.
COVID. Shout out to COVID. Literally shout out to COVID. Facts.
A lot of people know your work.
Yeah.
But don't really know who you are.
Yeah. Very true.
And by the hat, people might be like, oh, I recognize that.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
A lot of up-and-coming talent are privileged to have their music shared by yourself.
Yeah.
By the platform. But other people also, people take over with such things like Spotlight and also being shared on like the feed on Instagram.
Yeah.
Good up-and-coming following as well.
It's growing. Definitely grown over lockdown.
I just want to know, how did it all start?
Wow. So, about 11 years ago in Wildstone, we all met at a youth club. A youth club literally just designed to get youth off the streets. A very organic situation, just something that was put together simply for that, just to get youth off the streets and just show them certain things within media to push them forward. And I was a beneficiary of that. And then I met a whole heap of people from all different backgrounds that were literally just excited, just like me, to be there and just to be educated almost, or also to go away from the norms that we were in the area, which really was just stabbing and killing all the time, especially in that area. So going there, seeing a different way of doing things was inspiring, and we all stuck together. We didn't make LDNRBS 11 years ago at all, but I guess the bond between a lot of the people that's behind of LDNRBS came from that. So yeah, that's where we started.
How did it get bigger?
Whoa.
At what point did you realize, okay, maybe this is something I'm going to take with me after the youth club? Did you start it when you were in youth club? Was it just was it when you left the youth club? You're like, actually, I'm going to take this away with me.
No, we just met each other. The people behind LDNRBS just met each other at the youth club.
Right.
But it was only years after that where we said, okay, let's take this seriously now. Let's actually put a name towards it and make things happen. Evidently, I came out of university. I probably only went to university to please my mum.
Is that why it stopped?
Is why?
As the gap between from when you left the youth club and when you actually... the people from the youth club decided to take it seriously. What happened in between then?
In between then was just me growing up. I was involved in sport. I was involved in a lot of stuff. Just pretty much just growing up as a normal human being. And got to university, studying media. Didn't really learn too much from it, but I probably learned from people around me. It was
the same case with me as well.
Literally.
I feel like I learned more outside of university than actually inside of university.
Yeah, I didn't learn nothing. I'm gonna be honest.
I think that's the case with all film and media students.
Yep, it's such a unique. Yeah, university in media is just a very unique.
Why is that? Why is it like that?
Because they want to teach you about things that not necessarily you care about. I think it's a weird one. They don't really hit things on the. Put it this way: if they said to you, okay. We've got a media class for you guys now. I just want to see what your brain is saying. I just want you to create something. I would have been inspired. I would have been like, whoa.
I did learn something.
What did you learn?
I feel like because I did more work outside of uni than actually inside.
What did you do?
But I did film and visual arts.
Okay.
But I feel like uni was just an extra push, or an extra boost.
I just learned about people. About human beings. It was the first time I ever come across someone from Leeds, someone from Manchester.
Social, the social environment's amazing.
Amazing. That taught me a whole lot than I could probably gain from a lecturer. That probably is in a position, no shade to lecturers, but probably in a position that I didn't aspire to be in. I aspired to go further than being a lecturer. Yeah, and if I was a lecturer, I probably wanted to do things outside. So yeah, that's probably what it was.
Which uni did you go to?
Where did that go? London Met. That shows how much it meant to me, because I clearly didn't know which one it was at first.
How long ago was that?
Years ago now, man. I'm definitely not trying to show my age out here. I'm still in my 20s. 100%. But yeah, I'm definitely London Met.
Where did you grow up?
West London. West London, Northwest London, same kind of thing.
Whereabouts?
Greenford.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So with like LDNRBS, so you said like a few people from the youth club came with you, right?
Yeah.
And started it all off.
Yeah.
But were you the one who actually pushed it to get it to where it's be right now? To where it is right now.
100%. I would say it was okay, put it this way. I came out of university. I then thought, okay, I'm gonna apply it to everywhere. I've experienced what I've experienced with university. You know what? I'm gonna apply it to Vice. I'm gonna apply it to this place. I'm gonna apply it to that place. All I got was no.
Yeah.
All I got was rejection on rejection.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, you know what?
Do not forget this.
Forget this. Maybe I can start something for myself, because I think it was almost a synergy of two different things happening at the same time. I was realizing I was getting no's from everywhere.
Yep.
And also I was looking at media. And I kept on seeing a perception of everything that wasn't mine. I kept on seeing a perception of music, media, pretty much everything. That just a perception of someone that isn't from where I'm from. So I think as time was going on, I was like, you know what? I'm getting rejections from here, there, and everywhere. These people aren't going to be the reason why I don't make something happen or not. I don't care about your yes or no. I'm going to make something for myself.
Of course. Yeah.
So that's where LDNRBS was birthed, because I was sitting there thinking, I know this person, I know that person, I know this person does great things. I know videographers that do great things, yet they're not really amplified. Why am I seeing all of these amazing talents?
You wanted to bring them in?
And no one is, everybody's humbled, because they're not being able to be let through the door from the certain gatekeepers. So I thought to myself, you know what, I want to be a gatekeeper, because I think I'm from the area, I'm from the energy, I'm from the culture. I'm intelligent enough, I'm savvy enough to be able to put myself in a position where I can open doors for people just like me. So yeah, I think it happened very organically, literally.
But you know, like when you apply for a job and getting all these rejections, and then sometimes people go out their way to create something for themselves. So was it more difficult getting LDNRBS bigger?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. When we first started, I feel like I came into it very naively, thinking that everybody's down to help. No one cares.
Why?
I don't know. I can't. That's not a question. That's not something I can give you the answer to.
Yeah.
I have no idea why people don't care.
They weren't humbled enough.
Maybe that, but you could just see that every single time I was someone that wanted to learn. Yeah. So I would love to go around and asking people, okay, how did you do this? How did you do that? I always got met with such negative energy, almost as if, no, like, I haven't got time for this kind of thing. I rarely got, obviously there was some people, 100%, but on the majority, it wasn't necessarily the most positive output. I thought everybody, like, you get welcomed with open arms. That wasn't met. So I think I almost started to gain a mentality of, I'm not going to ask you anymore. I'm just going to be here. And I started to realize that if we become so visible, we're not going to be stopped. If we keep on going and we pretty much make sure that we're like a permanent fixture within this whole media thing, people can't ignore us. They can try to ignore us, but they're not going to, because we've got people in music, we've got people in media, we're talented, like we can really do things. We haven't got to outsource cameramen or anything like that, because it's all internal. So therefore, we can be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
The moment you start asking people for things is sometimes part of your downfall. We didn't need that.
Well said, man.
Thank you, man. Yeah, Thank you.
But what like who did you go to? Like, what was the step? What was the first step? So, but was the idea to actually let me bring in up and coming talent? Was that the original idea behind it? Was that how you promoted it at first? Like, in order for LDNRBS to get bigger, was that like the ethos behind it?
Do you know? I really want to say this. There was no plan. We were being ourselves. Right. When I tell you, there wasn't, I always get, whenever I speak to someone that's maybe starting something, can they sit here and say, okay, so how are we structuring this? I always say no structure. Yeah. Sometimes be yourself.
Just do.
And then you'll find structure. Because I'll be honest, when we first started LDNRBS, or at least the thought, we sat in a car We pressed record on my phone. I had 3 friends with me in my car. And then we said, we're going to talk about J. Cole versus Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. Some people from our Twitter and following will remember that. We literally just posted that up, and then it ended up going crazy. It ended up getting all these retweets, all of these comments, all of these energies. And it was almost like, rah, people want to listen. And then we started to realize, okay, us just being us organic selves can translate. So it just went from there. And then that's where we started to realize, okay, well, this might be a thing. But then it was an online thing. And then I said, I love live shows. I've always been inspired. I remember going to a J. Cole show back in the day and literally being... Is
that the one where people only costed like £1 or something?
No, it was before that. No. I'm a dream for...
Do you remember that one?
Before that. Dollar in a Dream, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. J. Cole was selling tickets for only £1.
$1. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Ends up being £1. Yeah. Yeah.
And then all these girls like next day came to college. Was like, yeah, who went to the J. Cole concert? I'm like, what?
It was a proper college and uni kind of energy, literally. Yeah. So the one before that, I remember being in the crowd sitting there thinking to myself, raw, like I don't even feel like I should be here. I feel like I can be up there. I feel like I'm not a rapper, but for some reason I want to be behind it. Yeah. So
the mastermind.
Shut up. See, you may just call this whole thing pop mastermind. I'm joking. But I literally was just in the crowd sitting there thinking that. So when we were getting all the attention, I was like, let me translate this. Ironically, shout out to Nux even. And I probably never said this to him, but it is what it is. I remember when Nux had about 300 followers, and he'll remember this. So we probably still got the DMs. I remember sitting there thinking, because he put out 21 Candles, his first ever song on SoundCloud. And I was sitting there thinking, raw, this guy's hard. Like, he's hard. I started messaging him like, bro, like, in fact, I saw him on SoundCloud, heard him on SoundCloud, went onto his page, so he's got a small following. I'm like, I thought this guy was like gone. Because he's very, very hard. Started DMing him. Such a nice human being, genuinely. So we started talking here and there. And then I was sitting there thinking to myself, but wait, why isn't he on a massive platform? Like, why isn't there someone like putting him out right now? It feels like it's just almost like a stagnant type of situation. So seeing him and seeing an accumulation of other artists, like people like George, Shay, people that I've also started with, I said, you know what? I'm going to make a live show. I'm not going to lie to you. I genuinely didn't think this live show would do anything. I remember the night before being in Tottenham, sitting there thinking to myself, what did I do? Like, I've jumped out the whim, got a whole venue, and said to myself, I'm going to put a live show on.
Did you have anyone lined up?
Yeah, we had the whole show. The whole show was filled of people, the same people that I named, like Nux, like Shay, like George, all before they'd done anything.
A mini
show, but it was
with a specific lineup.
Yeah, specific lineup, cameo, all of that. We sold a certain amount of tickets online, but we didn't know what the show up was going to be like when they get there.
Yeah.
So I'm the night before nervous, like, I don't know who I think I am right now. Like, you've really just gone and like
way over your head.
Put your seat way over my head. Like, this is the kind of thing that people say don't do. Like, have dreams, but this dream's a bit too far here. So chill, come back. And I even got that energy from people around me, because it was almost like, oh, but how many tickets have you sold? Oh, but yes, nice show, but how many tickets have you sold? And I always have to tell them like a small number. And I was like, oh man, I don't know what's going to happen. The day comes, we sell out. A crazy amount of people buy tickets in the last 2 days. And I remember sitting there in that show. Art Bridge Creativity won, because everyone knows with LDNRBS we have all of the Art Bridge Creativity shows, but that one sold out completely. I think it must have been about 500 people. And I was literally like, whoa. We just kids with an idea have managed to sell out a venue, Cameo Shoreditch. I think it's closed down now, but Cameo in Shoreditch. We sold out our whole venue, independent, with no help from no one else. To me, I felt like that inspired me to the world and back. Because I was like, just our idea has managed to make something happen that is very real. Next thing I know, Vice is calling us and saying, let's have a meeting to just talk about how you lot did this independently.
I swear you lot rejected me the other day, huh? I swear I applied for you lot tried to reject me. Innit, yeah, man.
Well, I think I say it on my old Instagram. It's just it's weird how that situation was. I always tell that story too. I used to apply to Vice.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I'm in the studios. I'm in the building in Shoreditch, and I was literally sitting there as a young kid, naive, just sitting there thinking to myself, whoa, like that shows you just how much application can do, because I would have never imagined that would have happened. Next thing I know, we're talking about strategy for how we're going to move forward, and still to this day, all of our stuff is distributed exclusively with Dice. So they're obviously their ticketing situation. So yeah,
that is crazy.
What
when you're applying to someone and they're like, nah.
It happens a lot, though.
Make something of yourself first before coming applying to me. Like,
and never rely on a yes or no. Who cares?
Wow.
Sometimes it doesn't matter whether someone says yes or no to you. Do not allow that person to be the person that opens the door for you or closes it. Who cares? Because you are the value. If you believe that you're sick at what you do, who cares? Like, you're going to be wherever you're going to be. They're going to watch you regardless. So yeah.
Wow. That's a crazy story. How old were you at this point?
You've gone back to age for some reason. It's very weird.
Sorry.
But, how old had I been? It was after uni. So I probably was...
When you hosted the live shows, how old were you then? The live shows?
Must have been like 22. So
still very young, man.
Yeah.
Very young.
Yeah, I was always just a student of everything.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting down watching everything. So I feel like I was already well versed for this type of stuff, but that's why I couldn't understand why when I applied to these places, everyone would just give me no's. So I was like, guys, I can really give you good ideas here. I really can do things. Invest in me. I can do it. That was the young, naive side of me. I was like, invest in me. I'll do something for you.
Yeah.
But everyone just looked at you like you were just, I guess, everybody else. Like, oh, here's another kid who wants to make big things happen. Here we go. So I think I got that energy, but yeah.
But that's the kind of attitude you want to cut out, though. Like, oh, here comes another dude who wants to...
Do you know what it is? I understand it differently now. If you look at LDNRBS and you look at what we do, we are constantly trying to build an opportunity. Yeah. And I feel like that's a part of my ethos now.
It's succeeding. I've seen it as well. It's quite, you're literally giving everybody an opportunity.
Yeah. Even down to the one that, I know something that you're involved in, that we're about to announce in the next few days is going to be monumental for people. Yeah. But I think it is always about creating opportunity, but I also understand the other side a little bit.
Right.
Because more than I did when I was younger. Because I've noticed everybody's got an idea, but not everybody wants to put the work in. So
I've realized that as well.
Everybody
a lot of people come to me with amazing ideas. Yep. And it doesn't happen.
The moment you say to them, okay, we're ready to go. Yeah. Is the moment they're like, I don't know if that, maybe you said it a bit quick. And I'm like, what?
What were you talking about?
I would have bit someone's head off to get these opportunities. But yeah, some people, they like the idea of the opportunity or what they can make of it rather than actually what it is. Yeah.
Moving forward with LDNRBS, so obviously you jumped from the live shows and obviously expanded you moved then onto Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the follow okay, so you hosted more and more live shows.
Yeah.
Eventually blew up.
Yeah.
Pushing forward to, let's say, the pandemic now, you went onto Instagram. And that's where you started hosting live shows.
Well, just before we get there.
Yeah.
I have to, and this is not me just saying it just to
Am I like jumping to here with the time?
No, there's just one significant moment.
All right, cool. Tell me.
I think it is a teachable moment, I guess.
Okay.
We were on Twitter heavy at this point. We had not even touched Instagram.
Oh.
We were very heavy on Twitter, so we must have got...
Tracking back, that's where it all started as well.
That's where it all started, right. Twitter. So we were on 14K at this point, and 14K followers. Yeah. And obviously we were building up, doing what we were doing. We still, at this point, had jobs and stuff like that. Yeah. But it was very good. Like what we were doing, we had live shows, getting a little bit of change from that. It was good. But then, out of nowhere, we have another live show, and then we decide to promote it with, okay, I gotta think about how I'm saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I think it's important.
Say it, because I got another question about going back to Vice, innit?
Okay, I don't want to talk about too much about Vice.
Let's go there. Yeah. Continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, so basically, we got into a situation where we posted something that was a copyright situation,
right?
But it was very innocent, and it was an American artist, and it was just a snippet. Next thing we know, someone that would have been following us, and we know that specifically happened, someone that was following us went and flagged it up specifically to a very, very well-known UK music label. and something was written to Twitter basically to suspend us, suspend our account. And this would have only happened if it was specific. It couldn't have been just a general Twitter thing. It was a specific situation. So our account got completely disabled out of nowhere. I woke up in the morning and it was gone, literally. And that was the explanation of a copyright. And the only way we could get it back is if we contact the people that contacted and go from there. Now, bear in mind, again, we're kids. Like, we're just kids with ideas.
Still learning.
We're still learning the game. Like, we've just gone off energy and we've managed to build things up. And we've also put on a lot of people that didn't have a platform. So we were really doing some selfless stuff here. And yeah, our account just got completely taken. It was a massive hit in the face. It was almost like, okay, well, that's that then.
Did you contact the label?
We done all of that for the longest time. We
and
tried.
They didn't even.
No response at all. No response. We got nothing. Even the people that we felt like were even middle ground. Well, we didn't really know too much people then, but at the same time, we tried our best. Nothing.
What made it obvious that it was someone from your circle that flagged it?
Well, not from our circle, but I mean,
someone that you may have known or that you did know at the time.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into that, but I do, yeah. And it's a. I'm just, it was just very random. But it wasn't random at the same time. And I think it was just it was too specific. And even down to the conversations that we had with Twitter, and their admin team and all that kind of stuff, it was just very clear that there was like a specific issue. So the only way you can get it down is if they take it down. They refuse to take it down. So they didn't even want to do that. And I almost had to think to myself, are we doing something bad behind the scenes here? Like, are we doing something like negative? I'd love to know. We really wasn't. Especially for me, the founder of the platform, I know that it really wasn't that. So we literally all had to just start from the start. Now that's where we jumped over to Instagram.
So there was no way to get it back?
None. Like, there was no, never. Like, we tried, it just didn't happen. So we decided to run over to Instagram and say, you know what? Well, it took a little bit of time. We run over to Instagram and obviously we've now built it up to what it is. But the main aim of what I'm saying, all that other stuff is frivolous.
Yeah.
When it really comes down to it, the main aim of what I'm saying is, regardless of what happens, keep on going. Because
did you feel like you were going to give up at this point? You were
100% was like, okay, what job am I going to? Like, please, someone set me up with some sort of job, or like, because I'm done with this whole media thing. That's exactly what I was thinking for at least a few weeks. But then I realized this stuff is me. So I can't go anywhere. And you look at what's happened since that moment where we thought it was done, can only praise to God, because it's just crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy what's happened since. And that shows that it was written somewhere. You can't stop this at all.
What was the stage afterwards like? At this point, you're just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Like,
fully.
Forget this.
Fully. What do you mean?
As in, like, you went to Instagram afterwards.
Yeah.
But how long after? Was it just like, should I just leave it?
A few weeks.
Yeah.
And then we just said, you know what? Let's just start this whole energy up again.
Yeah. Maybe it was meant to be.
It was.
I think Instagram is like the best platform to actually showcase music and even host live shows. I feel like
there was a bigger plan to it.
For what Twitter is now.
Yeah. It's more of a.
It's not the one to showcase music it's not.
Definitely not. But
like, Twitter is just chaotic right now. Just too many people.
Cancel culture.
Exactly, arguing back and forth.
Don't get me wrong, I'm still on Twitter.
You know when you're like at the airport or like a train station, and you just hear every noise, like people talking. That's what Twitter is, isn't it?
Yeah, you gotta find the gems in there.
You sign in, all you hear is just talk.
Yeah, it's mad. It is mad.
Oh, guys, let's cancel him before his career takes off.
Literally, it's a toxic energy. I can't lie. Sometimes. Yeah, it's like TV. It's a mad one. You got to really see what's the positive, what's the negative. Literally.
I wanted to track back to Vice.
Talk to me.
What did they want?
It was just a situation where they pretty much had a lot of venues and they just wanted us to distribute our show through them, literally. And,
okay.
It was very inspiring, and I commend them, and I'm thankful for them, because I was a very young person in their room, in a boardroom, literally the table like this, with all of these experienced people, and they're sitting there saying, Like we're very like we've watched what you've done and we commend what you're doing. That was a very inspiring moment for me.
Did you tell them that they rejected you?
Yeah, I did.
And what did they say?
Yeah, they just laughed it off. I remember that. Yeah, I remember they just.
Why
laughed.
did they do that so good?
Because they don't care. They probably wasn't the person that did it too. It was just that was my moment for me, I guess. But yeah, shout out to them, man.
You know the one thing I love about LDNRBS,
Talk to
you actually give up and coming talent the opportunity to showcase their work. Not a lot of people do that. Not a lot.
Do you not think?
I don't think so. What do you think is like the? Actually, that's a really big question, but I'll jump into it.
Yeah.
So, actually, forget it. What do you think is the problem with the music industry right now?
What's the problem? I actually genuinely think that another reason why I started LDNRBS because I think the UK scene is amazing.
Yeah.
So, I'd say there's more good than bad. But if you're talking about the industry, if I'm trying to figure out exactly what you mean by that when you say the industry.
I'm the kind of guy.
I hate
I'm the kind of guy that likes to give a lot of people opportunities.
Right.
If I see talent,
right,
and I always just look at them and think, like, you know this too. I've said this to you before. Like when I see talent, I want to give them an opportunity, but I don't have that kind of power. So this is where you come in. Like you bring these people in and you actually give them exposure.
Yeah.
I feel like not obviously it's quite a broad question to say like what is the problem with the music industry because it's such a big question. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes.
Right, that's true.
Before it was about this is an amazing artist who can sing, got an amazing voice.
Yeah.
Now it's all about can we get our stream money back?
Yeah.
Can we get our production money back?
Yeah. Do you know what it is? I think people get kind of things a bit confused of what the industry is. So I think people think that like to me the reason why I say I don't even care for the industry is because I don't even know what it is. Like, I'll be honest with you, I don't even see it because put it this way, some people would look at me and go, you're in the industry. I'd be like, no, I'm not. No. What room am I in that's in the industry? But yet what I do is can be very influential within that space.
That's what I mean.
Care.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
I really care about what I do, so it's natural.
It's like trying to reword it with another question. How about like A&Rs?
Right.
It's quite specific.
Yeah.
They go for what they like.
Yeah.
So your preference might be different to theirs.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like maybe the industry needs something like LDNRBS.
I would scream that to the even before you say it, I have to say it. What we've managed, and this is just me, sometimes you got to give yourself some flowers. Yeah. What we've managed to do in the few years that we have been active in terms of churning out talent that have been on our live shows and then gone on to amazing things is definitely something. I think you look at the amount of people that have come through us and gone on to amazing things. I think it really is the definition of an A&R. But at the end of the day, I'm aware that when it comes to the industry or whatever it is pretty much just like let's keep the circle small and keep the money long. So therefore, who are they? Are they really going to want to outsource to go and get this people, get that people until these people become maybe so loud that they can't deny it? And I think recently, that's been happening. I think there's been a long time period with LDNRBS where we were ignored, but we still stayed strong within our world. But I think we're now crossing over because I think people are starting to take notice of the behind the scenes stuff that we do. So yeah.
I mean, like, a lot of people might look at me and think like this guy doesn't know, like he probably just knows partially about the industry itself. But it's like because I saw this interview with like the A&R of Warner Music,
right? And
he did say that the way he finds artists is actually through social media and Instagram.
100%. I was just talking to someone, not gonna say his name, but just talking to someone today who I wouldn't have thought is looking at our platform to source out what he needs. Yeah. But that's exactly what he does. Even down to, I'll say their names. In terms of The Voice, Little Mix, the show on BBC the other day, not too long ago, X Factor. You look at, we have actually distributed people, like you can see the spotlight shows and their shows, how in synergy they end up being. And we are in contact with them. Yeah. So it's crazy how they got talent scouts. They do go on the shows. Even the Spotlight final, which is this week. I don't know when this is out, but where we are now. Yeah. It's on.
I think it'll probably be out this week.
Yeah. So they're watching that. So that's how they source out talent and they go from there. So, and you can't really do nothing about it. It's just A&Rs, I guess.
As I was telling you before as well, that even shows like, okay, The Voice, X Factor, even the Rap Game UK. Like they're amazing platforms. Amazing platforms. But there needs to be more.
100%.
More of that exposure. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm saying me, like.
Well, why not? You can.
Yeah, I could do.
Yeah, of course you can. 100% you can.
Shout World of Music.
Shout out to World of Music, 100%. Like I feel like that's why it's great, even what we've been doing because I think we've been genuinely trying to be a middle ground, and there does need to be more platforms. I think even people get a bit confused when they see someone like me who has a platform going to someone else or helping another platform, or wanting to be involved in helping other platforms, because some people would be like, oh gosh, like, of course you just want to be worrying about what you do. No, I actually just care about music. Like, so if there's loads more platforms, that means that we can share the load with other platforms doing great things. As long as they're organic, I'm behind it. Because if you're a platform and you're doing exactly what we do, but you're organic, I fuck with it. Because I'm probably just going to be a fan. I always say to people, I'm a fan. Forget all this platform stuff. Even people DM the account sometimes and they're like, I didn't expect you to respond. I'm like,
I get that a lot.
Yeah, it's like, I don't
like, wow, you actually responded.
Yeah, I'm a human being, you know. Like I'm a fan of things just the way you're a fan of things.
But you wanted something from me, so of course I'm gonna respond. Like,
it doesn't even make.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it doesn't even make. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
There are new artists born every single day in the music industry.
That's why it's so exciting.
It is mad.
I feel like I could come off today.
It's crazy.
Go on SoundCloud. Say again.
I think that's a good thing. The fact that there's a new artist like every single day. Or do you think that makes the scene a bit more saturated?
Do you know what it is though? If you jump on your iTunes or Spotify right now and you had, say I showed you the next Drake from the UK, even like in terms of that level of talent, even though you're listening, you know who you're listening to right now and you're feeling like, oh yeah, I'm feeling this, you know you're going to go back to this new version. Do you know what I mean? So if they're good, it's almost like, I want more. Yeah. If I can find 10 of them.
I hear that.
Yeah.
But you know when they're not good?
No, if they're not good, then you know, yeah.
I feel like everyone has access to be an artist now. And to be honest, you have the right to, cool.
Yeah.
Certain people aren't made to make music.
From that perspective, I got to be worried about what I say here, but from that, actually, no, I don't. Actually, I haven't got to say it because I think it's true. It's not for everyone, and I've noticed because of the way music's going right now, and the amount of when you look at the best artists, maybe in the UK or some of the best artists, you can tell that there's a certain idolism that people have with them. So they're like, oh my gosh, like this is the best version of a human being here. So they start in their head, they're thinking, what? I'm gonna pick up a pen. Of course, and it's not about them being good at the art. It's not about them.
Yeah.
It's literally them saying, he's the man. I want to be the man. So I'm gonna write. No, you haven't got that talent, but you think you've got that talent. You want that talent because you want to be like him or her. I think people need to stop being what they want to be and start being what they are.
Yeah.
Be who you are, because that will you'll feel more comfortable. You won't feel like you're exerting yourself in too many crazy ways.
But then there are also like, whether it's music or football, I believe that there's an amazing talent out there. Okay, like I believe that even with LDNR, I keep bigging you guys up because it's just sick.
Do.
I believe the joint is I believe that there is actually the next Drake out there, the next Jay-Z out there, the next Eminem out there. I believe that there are actually the next Kanye West.
Facts. Shout out to Kanye West, man. I like it.
Honestly, I believe that there is the next Jay-Z out there.
Yeah.
But there are no opportunities.
Well, this is
for
the thing.
them.
You see how there's a Jay-Z, there's a Kanye West, there's a Usain Bolt.
People are so focused on them that they're actually forgetting about the other batch.
Well, this is the thing. I always say this, that, you know, when people say, who's the fastest man in the world? Who would you say?
Usain Bolt?
Right. He's probably not. But he was given that opportunity to be there.
Yeah.
There is a man in Kenya right now, or in India, or in Poland right now, that is the fastest motherfucker that you've ever seen. But he was never given the opportunity because there wasn't enough of a springboard for him to go as far as he is. So that's also the reason why I don't idolize people. I idolize good people. I idolize nice people.
Organic.
People that are nice or organic. I like those type of people. That's the people that I'm inspired by. I'm not inspired by people that are that are famous or all that kind of stuff, because you lot are human beings, and also you were just given an opportunity to be there.
Yeah, it's not it's not even about music either, right? It could be footballers. There could be the next Messi out there, right? You know, like, I don't know, a kid who's living in a developing country, right?
Yeah.
Who's got no internet, no technology. All he has is a football given on his birthday.
Facts.
And he could be practicing every single day to become the next Messi.
And he'll never get there.
And you know what? What we're doing, we're going to like small field, like football fields in Stonebridge Park and trying to find the next footballer. No, man, like, if I was a scouter, I'll go to the favelas.
Yeah, why not? And do you know what?
All the greats are in developing countries.
Yeah, because there is a different energy. There's a different want, hunger, literally. And we're over here privileged as anything. That's the same people that will hit you up with a message to have an idea and then lose their hunger 2 days later.
Yeah.
Whereas, I'll be honest with you, people always say to me, why'd you work so hard? I work hard because I grew up in a lot of pain. In terms of, I'm not going to say with family. My family was always supportive and good. Definitely not to do with my family, but more in a sense of I went through stuff. So therefore, I drew on that energy to make myself such a hard worker, where I would be up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And I still be going all the time. So yeah, it's just different. When you are driven by something different, the whole thing's different. Yeah, man. Do you know the best way to not be cancelled? I think.
What?
You got to look in the mirror and say, am I good? Am I cool? Am I okay? Am I a nice person? Am I not a crazy person? And then you got to go, be yourself.
Well, if a crazy person looks at himself like, I'm a good kid.
Then don't jump on nothing. Stay as far as you can away from all cameras. Don't try to do nothing in the limelight. If you do, stay in the background.
When he goes on the show and kills the host.
The Joker. Yeah, Joker. Yeah. He was in that talk. Have you seen Joker?
Yeah, I have.
Bro, that scene is crazy.
Literally, it's crazy. It's very crazy. Very, very crazy. Literally. But I loved it.
But yeah, man, that's what I think LDNRBS is all about. Yeah, that's literally what I think it is.
It's energy.
It's bringing in the next top artist.
It's not just artists though.
It doesn't even. It doesn't. It's the thing is, it's not. Hopefully, one day you end up having your own record label, maybe. And that way there'll be more opportunities to find the next big hit. Yeah, but I'm not gonna say LDNRBS is all about of course, about music, because it isn't just about music. It's about everything. It's about all arts, every type of element of media we've been involved with. It's just energy and being where we're from. I mean, the whole thing, the abbreviation before was London Rebels, and that evidently is just being proud of where you're from. Us being from London, you obviously got loads of people from different areas. So yeah, it's just the energy behind it. That's the main way I'll say LDNRBS. Well said, man. Well said. I'm gonna ask you questions. Go on, do it. So, what do you want to achieve with this podcast? What do I want to achieve? Yeah. Get inspiring young talent. Sick. So especially with hearing your story. Thank you. And what have you learned in this, not this podcast in particular, but I mean in general? Do you know the biggest thing in life is you have to take risks. 100%. You have to take risks. You just have to. I don't know if this is a good risk or a bad risk, but you let me know. So I made a short film called Existence, and I plan to shoot in this private property area in. What's that place? Vauxhall. Okay. The tall buildings, right? Everything in that area is forbidden. It's all private property there. Yeah. But we went there to rehearse on the weekend because that's when security is not there. The day of the shoot, boy, I got stopped so many times. Madness. And I was like, this show goes on. Facts. So we kept running away. Yeah. And then we kept coming back. Yeah. We're going to redo this scene again. Wow. Film it, run away again. And we're gonna come back and keep on doing it. And the film got completed, and it went into a film festival. Sick. But if I get caught, if somebody in the audience member, if one audience member's like, wait a minute, there was Darren. I feel you. Nah, man, it's sick. Just take risks. Facts. That's the biggest thing. And what like you did as well, just keep on going. If it fails, just keep on going. You know, because I revamped this channel. Yeah. I thought it was a flop. Yeah. I thought then I was like, what am I going to do, man? but just keep on going. I was like, look, I released 10 episodes, man. 10 episodes. And I had to, don't throw them in a bin. They're just drafted on YouTube. But technically you can say they're thrown in a bin because I'm not going to show them to anyone. To anybody, literally.
Yeah. I always say, for me personally, one of my probably biggest qualities is the fact that I go into every day expecting failures. So I don't mind those 49 failures and 1 win. Or at least 49 fails to get to that 1 win. Yeah. Because those things are going to happen. During the day, there's always going to be moments that is going to be like disheartening or throw you off. But it's just depending on whether you keep on going. So yeah.
I was like 10 episodes, man. Yeah. And I'm like, I'll have to start again.
Sometimes you got to.
Yeah, it's trial and error.
Trial and error.
So yeah, I was like, do you know what? Maybe it's for the best. Maybe because then I looked at it and I thought, now, will my mum look at this and be like, well done?
Mad.
And I was like, will people be proud of this version than the previous version?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, 100%. I'll happily show it. I'll happily show this to my family.
And that's organic to you too.
Yeah.
Very real.
I had no self-confidence before when it was the setup like Gasworks. I had no self-confidence. I was like afraid to show it because I was so afraid to get people DMing me and messaging me, or even family members telling me like, oh man,
what are you doing?
Yeah, like what are you doing? Like why are you talking? Like I thought you were up here. Why are you shrinking? Why is your life shrinking? Why is your personality shrinking?
Yeah.
You're meant to be up here, especially in the position that you are. So then shout out to Hello Aziz. He was the one who kind of like gave me the idea. He's like, look, I'm not gonna force you to revamp it. It's your decision. Go home, think about it. But if I was you, like, you're up there.
I can't lie. When someone says think about it, you know exactly what
yeah.
Someone says just think about it. I'm not even gonna tell you what it is. Just think about it, man.
Do you know what's so funny as well? Because he kept like pushing me to do it, but he's like, no, it's your decision. Wait. I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like that. No. Actually, no, it's your decision.
Could have ended it saying that.
You decide. It's all up to you.
Mad.
Yeah. Mad. No, but I respected his decision, and actually pretty good. Because I feel like, I think if I kept it the same, I don't think you would have been on. I don't think, Detroit Who's Coming would have been on. Maybe. I don't know. But the style, the flow wouldn't be the same.
Right.
Yeah. It wouldn't be all professional, or informative.
Yeah.
So one episode, what we're just talking about crude topics, and the next minute you're telling me about LDNRBS. Like, where's the correlation here?
It's like, wait, let's jump in the middle. Let me say something.
You're here inspiring young talent. I'm there like, mandem talk.
It's mad. But the fact that you found yourself and see where it's come from, and where it is now, sick.
But old episodes, amazing in my opinion. Like I had some.
You need to put it out, man. Call it uncut. Great. Yeah, man. Uncut, man.
Do you know what?
Disclaimer.
If this blows,
the Pharrell video at 10 p.m. back in the day. You know them ones there? Was it Pharrell? I don't know. Yin Yang Twins. That's what it is. Yeah. Mad thing.
What did Pharrell do?
No, it was Yin Yang Twins.
Oh,
I just threw Pharrell under the bus for no reason. But it's alright. You straight up?
I was like, what did Pharrell do at 10 p.m.? I heard that one. That timing is so specific. It's at 10 p.m. I was like, what the fuck did he do at 10 p.m.?
Literally, my mind works different.
But yeah, man. So yeah, seeing it get bigger, bringing in more influences like you, just inspiring young talent. Just see where people's heads are at in life at the moment. Like what's keeping them going. So yeah, and especially with you as well. Like everybody knows your work, but nobody knows who you. Like who's the man behind LDNRBS?
Yeah, I'm just thankful. That's why I'm thankful you invited me up here.
It's alright, man.
Yeah, man, just to speak about it and just.
Do you think people will watch this and be like, "Wow, he's actually shown his face"?
No, because I've got a COVID thing on right now, so they'll be like, "He half did, he didn't really." So I guess I'm on the way there, but probably not. But yeah, man, this is the thing. I'm just normal. I'm just a fan, and I'm just a fan that has been able to make things happen in a savvy way. That's about it, and I'm just going to continue doing it, and I'm going to make sure that we can do it on a more amplified level in the next few years.
Before we end, I just want to ask you one more question.
Talk to me.
What's the next step for LDNRBS? What's the aim? What's at the top of the bucket list for LDNRBS?
We will be part of the furniture when it comes to media within the UK. 100%. We're we're just going to keep on doing what we do naturally and just keep on creating, man. I love to do that. Just create. Wake up in the morning. I want to create. Creators keep creating in an honest way, in an open way, but we're going to keep on creating. And I want people to just be around to see what happens. When I created Spotlight, when lockdown happened, I didn't know whether it would do well or not. It was really one of the biggest things that we've done. So I just want to keep on creating and just keep on doing things. So shout out to, and also, even I want to say up here too, shout out to every single person that also made the Spotlight what it is. I really want to say that because we didn't pay no one.
Yeah.
We didn't pay one human being to be on this show, but yet you got people like I'm Just Bait, where I'm going to say this straight up. One of the most helpful, it's funny, because you talk about the industry.
Yeah.
Someone like I'm Just Bait is one of the most helpful people.
Yeah.
He did things for us that he didn't need to do at all. Yeah. He really didn't need to, but he did. You got I'm Just Bait, you got Fat Man Scoop who jumped on, you got Notes, shout out to Notes even, just jumped on the live one day and was like, I want to host one. I was like, okay. I'm not going to tell you no. Like, of course. Yeah, you've done so much amazing things in the last few years. Why not? Just a whole lot of people, even down to the next few weeks. You're going to see, we're going to announce a few people on the show that I would have never imagined would have got involved. But it's just amazing, man. Just amazing.
I was actually going to ask as well. And
I'm sure I've missed out some people there, but
yeah. No, actually, speaking of industry and influencers, who was the biggest artist who contacted you?
In what sense?
As in to give you show support or even attend the live shows?
The biggest.
And that's when you realize, like, okay, maybe we're actually doing something good.
When we say the biggest, what do you mean?
Like does someone cross your radar or your DMs and be like, yo, like,
see,
I want to get involved.
Like, but I don't want to say names.
Okay.
But especially there was someone that has released the album recently. I think I said this to you, in fact. But that one was crazy to me because that's someone, it's just crazy. But the live shows, I think there has always been certain love shown here, there, and everywhere with what we do. So, I'm just thankful for every single person that's done that. But I prefer people to say it publicly themselves before I say what they say privately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's been humbling having conversations. I've learned so much about some type of people and some are real pure human beings. It's just been amazing, man. Real genuine people out there.
Nice. Ty, thank you so much, man.
Definitely, man. Definitely. And I want to say shout out to all the music, man. And you.
I appreciate it, man.
Honestly, you got good energy you've had that from the very start. You didn't even need to work with us, but you did.
No. So I think, do you know what it is? I think collaborations are so important.
Facts.
You need to collaborate.
Facts.
Sometimes you just can't carry. I mean, I'm not saying you need other people to carry you, but you know, it's good to push each other and also give each other a bit of awareness
and not be. It shows being a man or a woman, being in a certain situation and not being intimidated by another group of people doing something that's similar. Do you know how real it shows people are when they're just like, oh, let's collab. Why not?
Yeah.
Exactly. Where you got so many that just like.
I looked at your page and I thought, what?
What do you mean?
I was like, how have I not contacted these lot?
Mad.
I was like, this is
mad. But yeah, man, I'm thankful that you guys got involved. There's many more to come, man. So yeah,
man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Love.